Yes, now you are live. Say hello, YouTube. All right, guys. Before we get started, I would like to know, is there anyone here for the first time? No?
Yes, I'm here for the first time.
Awesome. Very good. Welcome aboard. And anyone
Thanks.
more? Just Haji? All right, Haji, let me explain how TNT... Oh, now I fix it. Haji, let me explain how TNT works, right?
Okay.
Talking is a conversation platform for beginner, intermediate, and advanced English speakers. And the live conversation meetings are for all levels, all right? This is not a regular class. I'm not a teacher, and I'm not here to teach anything. However, you are gonna learn a lot by practicing in a real environment. And here on PNT, we have some rules, all right? Let me explain. Rule number 1, and be respectful with everybody. Rule number 2, don't correct anyone. And the main rule, enjoy it. Don't worry about your mistakes, all right? Because everyone is here to learn together. All right?
Okay.
And today we are in, let me see, 1, 2, 3, 8 people. And I'm gonna split in 2 rooms. In the main rooms, and you're gonna be here with me in the main rooms. And the Mario, can you lead in the room number 2 for us?
Oh, okay,
Please.
but
All right.
sorry, I'm not a leader for English, so but
No.
yes,
Don't worry, just ask the questions and enjoy, all right?
Perfect. Okay, sure.
Today we're gonna talk about boss, all right? It's a quick topic, and I'm gonna share with you the questions. Just a second, let me share with you. Everyone can hear the question?
Yes.
Sure.
Yes.
All right. Now I'm gonna split you in 2 rooms. Just a second, because it's sometime that I don't do that. Let's see. And two. And and Mario, it's the number 2. All right. Guys, enjoy the conversation. If you have any problem, please click in the blue button, ask for help, and I'm gonna help you, all right? Enjoy the conversation, and we see you for, I think, 45 minutes, all right? Let's go. And now I need to... Oh, I made a mistake again. Yes, I fixed. All right, guys. Katiana, how are you?
I'm fine. Thank you for asking me.
Awesome. Could you please introduce yourself? Can you see the questions on the chat box or not?
No, not.
Just a sec, I'm gonna share with you again. Today it's a little chilly in my city. That's why I am wearing a sweater. Now, can you see the question?
Yes. Now I can see.
Awesome. And please introduce yourself.
Okay, I am Katiana. I live in Vitória, Espírito Santo. I am engineer. I work with the new projects at Petrobras. And I'm married. I have a little daughter. My daughter have 5 years. And I love running. I love ride a bike. And I stay in this year. I study more English because I need to improve my skills in English. And in my job now, it's very necessary to speak more in English and understand, because I have many meetings in English in this year, and I think it's this.
Awesome. And by the way, you're doing very well. And Haji,
Hi.
could you please introduce yourself? This is your first
Sure.
time, right?
Okay, so my name is Raji. I'm 26 years old. I'm from Rio Grande do Norte. I'm graduated in electrical engineering, and now I'm waiting to start my master's degree in computer engineering.
Awesome. And Haji, I'm a little curious about you. How did you find out TNT?
I'm fine. I think was in LinkedIn.
Awesome. Again, welcome aboard, all right?
Thanks.
And Wesley, it's a long time, eh, my friend?
Long time no see. Actually, I've been trying to attend to this meeting much time, so this is the first time in 3 months that I had the chance to come and see you guys again. Let's see. My name is Wesley. I'm a student. I'm preparing for the college entrance exam in this year, so-called NN. I live with my parents, and I'm trying to improve my English, since it's a very necessary skill, isn't it? So that's it. That's a little bit about me.
Awesome, awesome. I'm very glad to be here with you, my friend. And let me introduce myself. I'm Fabio. I'm 43 years old. I live in a small town named Campolim Paulista. It's a small town in São Paulo state. It's about 1 hour from my city to São Paulo capital. Today, I'm a little cold. That's why I'm a little wearing this sweater. And I think that's all. I've been on TNT, I think it's about 2 years, 1 year like a talker, and almost 1 year like a host. And every week I've been learning a lot with you guys. All right. And let's get down the business. And the question number 1, today we're going to talk about boss. If you were the boss of your company for a day, what would you do? And I'm very curious about that. Katiana.
For me, it's a very easy question. For me, for example, I hate many meetings. It's usually in the company when I work, I stay between 8 a.m. and 5 p.m. in the meeting, and I don't have time for working. I stay in one meeting, and after I stay in the other meeting, and I don't have time for working. And I think the company now think it's necessary thinking about this. What is the necessity of the meetings? In the same time, I love home office. For me, it's the best for the job. But this form of work, it's crazy, because if you don't finish your job during the day because of the meeting, probably I stay during the night finish my job. And I think it's this little meetings and necessary meetings.
I totally can understand you. Sometimes we have a lot of on our plate, and this meeting, it's how can I say this? This is boring, and I can understand you, Katiana, for sure.
It's very crazy. My schedule is very crazy. I work in every year I work with 15 projects. It's very crazy because I stay in the same time as in the different project. It's crazy, and for me it's difficult because it's not possible staying two meetings in the same time and listen and processing different things. It's crazy.
I'm sure if you were the boss, you would solve a big problem in several companies right now. Thank you, Katiana, for share with us. And Haji, what about you? What would you do if you were a boss in your company for a day?
Yes, I just study, so the
All
boss.
right. Imagine one situation.
Okay, increase my salary.
It's very good. Yes,
Give me
I
a
would do the
promotion.
same.
Yes.
What about you, Wesley?
I don't know since I don't work too, but maybe I would take a whole day to ask my personnel what are the changes they want in the company. Like Tatiana said, uh, many things in a whole day can change, can let me see a word here, can make a person crazy. That person don't have her own time to do her own things, and she needs to keep pushing with her belly the things that she needs to do. I don't know. I would ask for what are the changes they want. That's it.
Yes, I totally agree with Katiana. I think I would do the same thing about the meetings, for sure. All right, and take a look the question number 2. It's very interesting. And if your boss gave you more tasks than you could handle, what would you do? And this happened all the time with me. And Wesley, I know you are a student, but I would like to know your opinion.
Well, since I'm a student, I have many school works to deliver. I would try to
Yes,
deliver
many
them
assignments. Yes,
at the right time, but I would not push myself to deliver all these matters to my boss. I'll try to deliver most of them, but if not, I would talk to my boss if he could take the task to another person.
very good. And Haji,
So in the first moment, I will try to do all the tasks, but maybe if I see that I can't to do all the tasks, I will ask for help to my coworkers.
yes,
One hand wash the other.
yes, it's a good asking for help to our coworkers. It's always a good idea. Unfortunately, if you don't have how can I say this in a polite way, a good coworker, it's a little
Good.
hard. And Katiana, I'm curious about your opinion.
In my job, it's very usually I stay with different necessities all the same time. And when I have this problem, I speak with my boss. Which is the best? Which is the big problem? And after this, the medium problem. And I put in the list, and I resolve the big problem, and after the medium problem, and after the other things. For me, it's very usually this, because I work with the different how do you say demandas? I don't remember this word in English, but I have 15 projects in the same time, and it's very usually stay with different things doing in the same time. And for me, it's my routine. And I speak with my
Yes.
boss in the morning. What is the biggest problem? And I resolve this. And after this, the medium problem, I resolve this. But when I
You
have many meetings during the day, I don't finish the big problem, the medium problem, and in the other day I have many big problems.
you need to work with priority.
Yes, yes.
Yeah, I can understand. All right, guys. Anyone have something to add for the question, or can move on for the next one? About number 3. Take a look about number 3. And Wesley, could you please read for us the number 3?
Of course, if you were to name 3 qualities that every good boss should have, what would they be?
I'm a little curious about these questions.
So a boss has to have a good communication.
Awesome.
He has to know the qualities that his coworkers have. For example, Katiana, the way she speaks looks like she has the ability to prioritize things to do
To solve a
by
lot of problems in the same time.
by the complexity of these things. Like she said, she
Yeah.
takes the big matters to medium matters and small matters. I think that's it. Good communication, the ability to
Awesome.
see the qualities, the best qualities their coworkers have. And I don't know,
Great point
have
of
you
view,
ever had a
Wesley.
boss that just says the things that you have to do but never are in the process?
Yeah.
And
It's the worst thing.
and in the final of the process they want a good result, but they didn't see the process.
Yeah.
That's a problem. Even though I never had a boss, I know that is a problem.
Yeah, but you have a great point of view. It's a worst thing when you have a boss that we say what you need to do, but he how can I say? And he can't understand anything about the process.
He just
It's
wants the final item, the
yeah,
project
it's a
done.
huge problem for sure. Haji, what about you? What's your opinion about the question number 3? 3 qualities about your
Okay.
future boss.
So, okay, I agree with Wesley about communication, and this is include be concise when pass the tasks to do. Other thing maybe recognize high performance of the workers and pay a good salary. Yes, a good salary. I think this.
What about you, Katiana?
I think the number one, it's about communication. I think when you have a boss, this boss it need to have a good communication with your colleagues and co-workers, because when you don't have a good communication, it's a big problem in the companies, in the projects. And I think the first, I think, is about communication, and I think the
Number
second,
two.
and I think is the second. It's about a friend people, because for me, for example, my boss, it's my father, it's my friend. I love my boss because
He's a friendly person.
yes, it's a very friendly person, and I don't afraid my boss, because when I have a problem, I speak with my boss, and the relationship is very good because of this. I consider my boss like a friend, like my family, and for me, I think because he is a very good person, and for me it's very important. For example, I have the other opportunities, but I don't looking for the other opportunity, because I love staying in this process, in this company, and with my boss, because my boss it's teaching me a lot, and it's a very good person. And I think for me, it's different, because in the other times when I work with engineer, I don't have a good a good boss, because the people stay in the other side, and
It's a high level.
in a high level. And now I speak with, and my boss listen me. It's a very friendly person. And I think the third question, the third, it's I think it's about the organization. My boss, for example, it's not a person with these characteristics. It's very the routine is very crazy with them, because, for example, she stay with many papers in the table. The your computer with many different how do you say archivos? I don't remember. In the computer, yeah,
I don't
in
know.
the
Files.
computer, my
Yeah.
boss. How do you say bagunceiro in English?
And I don't know.
Messy.
You could say his desk is a completely mess.
Yes. And for me, for example, I'm an organized person. I think it's this
Very good.
this.
Yeah.
For me, when I don't have the things in the organized, I stay crazy, because if I forget something, I lose more time for start a new thing. And I think it's organized in my process. For example, it's very necessary.
Yeah.
And I
Yeah.
think in the boss, it's a good thing.
Yeah. In my opinion, in the 30, I totally agree with you guys. It's very important, a good boss, to have a good communication with your staff. Communication is the key. The second quality, in my opinion, in your boss, the boss needs to be a smart person. Because if the boss is a smart person, you're good to give for the stuff good insights and teach other people. And the third one, but I'm not sure if it's the third one or it's the equal the first one. A good boss need to have empathy with your workers. Empathy is so important in environment. And as you said, Katiana, I'm a lucky guy because I had a good boss, and I don't have afraid of him. I see him like a friend because we had a good communication. Because it's the in my opinion the three important things that a good boss need to have. And someone would you like to say something, Wes? Something else for this question number 3? No? And Haji, could you please hit for us the question number 4, please?
Okay, so if you made a big mistake at work, would you try to fix it by yourself, or would you tell your boss about it?
How will you do with that, with this situation, Haji? Haji.
In a first moment, I will try solve the problem by myself. But if I see that I can't do this, I will communicate to the boss.
What about you, Katiana?
In the first moment, I resolve the problem with myself, and if I don't have a success with this, I involve my boss, because probably it's necessary the listen other opinions about the problem. But I think in the first time I fixed the problem.
You will try to fix the problem by yourself. Yeah, me too.
Yes.
I will do the same thing. What about you, Wesley?
I don't know. My answer be may a little controversial, because at first,
I love controversial answer.
yes, I'd first tell my boss that I have been made a big mistake, and that this would make me take a little time to resolve the problem. First, I would tell my boss, because imagine if this goes wrong and I can't resolve it. He would get angrier at me because I didn't tell him first.
Yeah.
That's what I think.
Yeah, it depends on the size of the problem. I agree with you, Wesley, because we could say I would like to solve by myself, but when you depend the size, for example, Katiana, you work with a little projects and involve a little of money. Yeah.
Yes. I agree with you, because today, for example, my boss stay in vacation in this week, in holiday, and last day I stay when we meeting, and I have a big problem, and I don't have it's for me, it's a very difficult, and the other people say, finish this meeting, and after this, how do you say, assinar?
Fine.
Fine. And I think, no, for me, I have a difficult. I don't know this thing, and I need to involve my boss. And for me, it's a big problem, because it's a new ship for the company, and it's money. It's very money involved with this. And for me now, I speak with the other boss, and involve my boss, and my boss say, okay, your what do you do and what do you say, it's correct, it's okay. I involve my boss because probably the other bosses speak with this.
Yeah,
I think
yeah.
it's dependent what the problem you have in your hands.
As well, Wesley said, it's important sometimes say the truth for our boss because he needs to trust us. Yeah. Very good answer, Wesley. Very good. A good insight. Let's move on for the question number 5. Oh, Katiana, could you please read for us number 5?
Yes. 5. If you were your boss, what would you do differently?
What should you do?
Different for me. How do you say? It's difficult. In the
It's a
past,
trick question.
I have a team, and for me, I stay with my team every week when they start the weekend. I speak a lot with my team, and I put in the list the biggest problem and speak with the person. And I said we are the team, and with the team needs finish these things. And I think for me, I have empathy because the people have a problem like me, and I think the empathy, organization, and the very relationship with the 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 team. It's for me. It's great.
Very good. Thank you, Katiana. Haji, what about you?
So, calling about my academic experience, I want that my boss was a bit more decided in your goal. I think this was the problem, the big problem that I have in my academic experience.
In my case, if you were my boss, and I will give me 1 day off every week, every Thursday, because I need more time to prepare myself for this meeting on TNT. What about you, Wesley?
I don't have an answer, but what would you do differently? I'd say I don't know. I really don't know. This question is really difficult.
Sorry, it's a trick question for sure. But if you want, we can skip it and move on for the next one. What do you think?
Yes, that would be great.
Very good. And please read number 6 for us, Wesley.
Okay.
Number 6.1.
If you could choose any person in the world to be your boss, who would you choose?
I want to get started for these questions. I would choose my wife. I would choose my wife because I used to be ordered to her. It's a piece of cake for me. And what about you, Wesley?
In my academic life as a student, I had some teachers and professors who have been a great inspiration for me. Like my last year teacher of mathematics, I would choose her. She is a
The
person
sister,
that
it's a she or he?
she
She. Good, good.
she's a person that knows like she knows your problems, she knows what you need to do to get ahead of that problems, and she's ever says the truth to your face.
Good choice. Good choice. And Haji, what about you?
So, in my case, I choose Elon Musk because
Who? I'm sorry.
Elon Musk.
Elon Musk.
Oh, Elon Musk. I don't know the
Elon.
right pronunciation
Yes.
because this signifies meaning that I would work in SpaceX or Tesla. This is very exciting, I think.
Yeah, I get it. What about you, Katiana?
I love my boss, and I don't look for the other boss in the moment because I love work with my boss. And but for me, I don't look for the other boss because I have a good job with a good person, and for me it's okay.
We don't choose anyone at all, right?
No, because I think it's very difficult put other person similar.
Yeah,
Because yes, I stay I work with engineer almost I think 15 years, almost 16 years, and it's very difficult to have a good boss, and
I
the
get it.
people. Yes, and after all this time, for me, it's very stay in a good job with a good boss, and it's for me when I have other opportunities. For example, I I I say for the same salary. For me, it's no good because in the other company I don't have the same boss, and I probably have a how do you say the rude rude boss. I think is rude. Is correct? A pessoa
Yeah,
grossa
yeah,
is rude.
root. Yeah. It's
It's
on the
very
point.
common in the engineers company. And
Yeah,
and for me now, I think when you have when you stay in your process and you're happy with this, I think it's difficult. You are looking for other companies and other boss.
very good. All right, thank you, Katiana. Let's move on for the next one. Number 7. And if you thought that your boss made a mistake, would you tell them? Let's get started with Haji.
Yes,
Guys, just a second. Haji, you can answer. Just a second. I'm gonna answer my gate, and I come back in 2 minutes. All right? Just
okay.
can answer.
I answer now. I wait for you.
Yeah.
Or-
You can answer, and you choose someone to answer after you, right?
Okay. So if my boss made a mistake, probably I will tell him because good communication on work I think is essential. So yes, I will tell him in a polite way. Sure, for sure. So maybe Wesley, could you answer the question?
Yes, I'd say the mistake that he made, yes, but not make fun of him, because of course I would lose my job. That's it.
Yeah.
I think speak with boss when the boss have made a mistake. It's difficult, but for me, for example, I speak with my boss. My boss, for example, every time put the meetings and speak with the microphone open with cell phone, and I say, boss, close your microphone or close your camera in the notebook. And last year, for example, the wife of my boss stay after my boss, and he forget the camera open, and the woman is change her clothes, for example. And after this, I speak with my boss. Boss, your forget your microphone, your camera many times open, and then it's a big problem in the companies now. And I said with my boss, but I choose the correct words and speak with my boss.
Great. Everyone answer this question?
Yes.
Awesome. You can move on for the next one. The next one, it's very interesting. And if you could change one thing about your current boss, what would it be? And Katiana like a lot our boss. We can see right now about now. Please tell us something that you change from your boss.
My boss, it's a mess person. Mess is bagunça, né?
Yes, yes.
Yes, and for me, I think it's this. I dislike mess in the job, in my house and in the job, because I like the things organized. But I think it's this.
And he needs to be more organized person, right?
Yes, because sometimes my boss forget losing é perder, né? Losing
Yes,
the
a lot of
document.
things.
Yes, a lot of things in your computer, and I said, put in the SharePoint, put in the Google Meet, put in the Gmail.
Yes, I get it. And Wesley, about your academic story, tell us a little bit about this question.
I'd say nothing.
Would you like change something about some teacher, for example?
No.
All right, all right. What about you, Haji?
So in my case, I think that one maybe answered my questions more faster, because I don't know the right name for orientador in English.
Yes,
How do you say?
I don't remember. I'm not sure for
So
sure.
so my previous orientador, but in English, delayed to answer questions on WhatsApp. So this is a quality that I think he could improve.
Get it. Guys, and a lot of people come back to the main rooms. I would like to ask, I'm sorry, because usually we have some seconds before close all small rooms, but I forget to set up this small room. I'm so sorry. But I'm very curious about how was the conversation in the other rooms. And Mario, how was the conversation in the other room?
Oh, my friend, excellent conversation. This topic is very interesting. I knew new friends, Rebecca and Fabio. I already knew Vinicius. I already knew from our meetings, and it's very interesting to her opinion about the subject. Is very interesting about boss.
Yes, I have a question for you, Mario.
Please.
And about number 9. If your boss told you to do something, but you thought that was not a good idea, would you express your concerns or would you just do it?
Okay, I think it's the work is a team. I express my concern. I need to share my ideas and receive feedback. So sometimes I have ideas or deadlines that can be fulfilled, and this is done in a meeting with my coworkers. So it's normally to express concerns independent of the position. It's a coworker or a boss.
Awesome. Thank you so much for sharing with us, Mario. Wisla, right? Wisla, I'm sorry. And how was the conversation, my friend?
My conversation was very calm. I confess that I was a little nervous, but I enjoyed talking and hearing the opinion of my colleagues on the subject.
Good. Thank you so much for coming, Wisla.
You're welcome.
Thank you. Fabio Jan, how was the conversation?
Well, it was very interesting to know the ideas from my colleagues. There was two colleagues that works in the same area, so it was more interesting to me to know these opinions, and I think it was okay. Yeah.
Right. I have a question for you, Fabio.
Sorry, Fabio.
Go ahead.
In our group, it's almost a tech meeting.
Yes, the tech, it's we have a lot of professionals in this area on TNT, and this is a great thing. All right. And
sorry,
Fabio.
Sorry.
No, sorry, please. And Fabio, and about question number 10, what would you do if your boss insulted you?
Well, don't know. It's a very difficult question, but
yeah, it's a trick question.
Well, there was a time. Once a time, I worked in Japan, and I have a little discussion with my boss. It was not my direct boss, but it was my superior, and we argued a lot. And suddenly he I don't know the word. He slapped my face. Oh. I was 18 years old, so I got very angry and fight back. Nowadays, I don't know if I would do the same. But at that time, I got very angry and punched him. And I got very upset that I would lost my job in Japan. I would be fired in a place, and I would need to return to Brazil. So I got desperate, but in the end, it came to nothing. But I regret doing that.
Yeah, it was a right time for you, for sure. Thank you for sharing with us this experience, Fabio. Thank you. And Vinicius, how was the conversation?
Was great as always in TNT. Of course, we talk a lot about bosses. We thought about the word boss. Is a bit old. We prefer like leaders or something like that. Boss it's kind of someone just say we need you, and it's not good nowadays. Someone just say how you need to do something, but we talk a lot about this this subject. It was great as always.
Thank you, Vinicius. It's very interesting you talk about to be a boss and to be a leader because I'm gonna share with you a short video right now about this specific topic. But before I'm gonna share this video, I would like to know about Raji. It's your first time, and I would like to know what do you think about this meeting? Would you please give us your feedback, Raji?
I enjoy enough because it's a great place to practice my speaking. A place
Awesome.
where I can't find this in my city, for example. So it's a good place for practice speaking.
Awesome. Please keep coming in this meeting. I enjoy a lot. Meet you.
For
And
sure.
now I'm gonna share with you guys this link before. This is about a survey, and it's really important for me that you answer these questions because this way we can keep on improving our TNT. And now, first I need to finish